everyone. How are you? Dr. Tony here. If you're new to the community, welcome. We are so glad to have you. This is my beautiful space for all of you wonderful, high-achieving impact makers out there that have given so much, contributed so much to our world, to our community, to other people, but you perhaps have left yourself behind a little bit. Whether you want to fully admit it or not, all right, you're feeling it, yeah? So this space is for people like you, us ambitious lovers of others who want to give back, who want to help the world, who really strive in wanting to do well and wanting to excel, and sometimes forget to care for ourselves in various ways. And no matter how much we deny that it's not affecting us, it affects us, and then it compounds itself. The effects just get bigger and deeper, more frequent, more intense over time, and eventually you cannot ignore it anymore. And if you do, it can become traumatic on the body, traumatic in your relationships, which we don't want, right? So glad to have you here, because I don't want that for you either, and I've been there. It's not fun, right? It's so much better to be on this side, feeling more balanced, feeling more at ease, feeling not just looking confident externally, which many of us do, but feeling it in the depths of our soul, that we are supported. That's what I want for you, that we are supported and we are balanced from the core, from the inside out, so that this chaotic, stressful environment that we live in our society doesn't consume who we are. And doesn't that happen all the time? I'm telling you, anxiety stats are just, they're just out of control. They're off the roof. And many of you probably know that. Burnout, public health crisis now, deemed globally, right? So like, this isn't something that just our small little corner here talks about. This is legit. Like, this is a big thing that a lot of people struggle with, of all ages. And I have worked with people personally and professionally. I have worked with people of all ages as well, children, teens, and adults that struggle with anxiety. So if you're here, you're not alone. I'm on my laptop today, which means it doesn't show me who comes on or what you say. I can only see that on my phone. So if you come on, say hi, because then I'll go back and I'll be able to say hi back to you after I'm able to kind of go through the replay, okay? Or do hashtag replay. If you don't come on live, do hashtag replay. Say, hey, where you're from, maybe your favorite food. Let us know something about you so that we can connect. So some of you know, some of you may not know, that last week I went on a family vacation, and this is the first time where the entire family, me, my husband, and all three kids, went like on a destination vacation. So we went away, we went on a cruise, and I have to tell you, I had some inspired thoughts while I was there that I wanted to share with you. And so some is going to come out in blog form, some is going to come out in video form, some is going to come out in post form, and some might come out just in conversations I individually have with each of you as you reach out to me, and so on and so forth. A lot of it's going to overlap because some people like to read, some people like to listen, right? And I want everyone to gain access to the inspiration they need to enact the change in their life that makes sense. So, right? Oh, I can see Dawn's here. Hey, Dawn, glad to have you. Hop on, ask me questions, comments, let me know if anything relates to you. So last week when I was on vacation, there was a night where I kind of woke up, or it was like 3 a.m. and the baby needed his diaper change, so I changed his diaper, and then I just got this inspiration to go write. So I went out on the cruise ship and I found a nice spot, and on my way there, I passed all kinds of people, right? So I passed some people that were, very intoxicated, and it looked like they were mingling with like new groups of friends that they just met, and they were having lots of fun, super loud, eating pizza, right? And then I passed other people that were just kind of quietly walking along the ship, looked like they were taking things in and they were on their own. And yet there were like smaller groups of people, and one of them in particular was a mom, and I know she was a mom because she said to this seemingly new friend, oh no, like, this is awesome, I'm here without my kids, like, fine, I can relax, right? And as I found my seat, I just took in all of those experiences that I just passed, and I took in all of those interactions. Some of them smiled at me, some of them didn't notice I was there, some of them said hi. All those interactions that I had with different people. I sat down and I thought to myself, this is such a great example of how balance cannot be defined as one thing for one person. Just like on this cruise that I was on, we were all on the same boat. We were all going to the same destinations, to the same ports. We all came from the same port. Whether we flew there or not, that's where we got on the boat at, right? And so we were all in this same place, in this same space, going to these same locations. And yet our experiences were drastically different. My experience on that ship, hey, Kathy, glad to have you. Let me know how you're doing. My experience on that ship was drastically different than the mom who was drunk with her new friends and the two groups of younger parties that were getting together and mingling and eating pizza and intoxicated, than the others that were walking on their own and kind of taking things in with, you know, their drinks in their hand. My experience was very different, but it wasn't good or bad comparatively, right? I could compare my experience to theirs all I wanted till I was blue in the face, but that wouldn't bring me any joy, because the truth is, hey, Sarah, how are you? This applies to life, right? Because we can compare ourselves insanely all of the time, relentlessly compare our situation and our experience to other people, because we think, oh, well, we have this thing in common, or we work at the same place, or it's my sibling, we were raised in the same home, or whatever the case is. And we look for these comparisons and we think, well, this person seems happy, or this person seems successful, or this person seems excited. How come I don't have that in my experience? And the reality is that our experiences are so different, even if we're in the same place, even if we're moving towards a similar location, even if we have similar goals in life, right? Our experiences are not one and the same. They are not. And too often we make it a good or bad thing. We make it a judgment thing. But I sat down on that ship after passing those people, and people continued to pass by me as I sat down to write in my journal and to do my meditation, right? And I just sat so gratefully of this experience of this vacation with my family at this time. This is what feels good to me. And it's not because I wouldn't want what they are doing. It's not because I think what their experience is good or bad. It's just that when I focus on what I am experiencing, what I'm choosing to put my focus in right now, my opportunity to be here with all three of my children and my husband, completely unplugged on this cruise ship, going to tropical islands. This is the experience that I choose right now. And had I instead focused on that mom's comment of, oh, I'm so relieved my kids aren't here, this is exactly what I needed. Had I compared my experience to hers, I would have felt miserable. Have you ever done that? Have you ever found, take New Year's Eve, for example, right? All these people do resolutions, okay? Some people stick with them, many people don't. Let's look at them. Well, they made this awesome resolution. Oh my gosh, she's already losing weight. Why am I not? Or maybe I should have made this resolution. That makes so much more sense. Or why can't I stick with my resolution? This other person is. When we're in this place of comparison to other people's experiences, what we are perceiving their experiences to be, we will always feel less than. We will always feel worse. We will never truly experience that appreciation that brings us the joy. And without that, if we're not willing to really appreciate what it is that we do enjoy about our life, what it is that is going well, what it is that we can influence our experience in, then we don't find balance. You can't. It cannot happen, at least not sustainably. And so I want to offer you this perspective of, if you're finding yourself, especially at this point in the year when so many people are making these goals or resolutions to have this awesome year or do this particular thing, it can become overwhelming. And I want to tell you, I'm not the one to give you permission. The permission has to come from you, but permission to give yourself permission, okay, if that means anything to you, is that the comparing to other people of what may or may not be working for them, of what may or may not be bringing them joy, of how they may or may not be successful, whatever it is that you're perceiving and you're comparing yourself to of others, it's not going to bring you what you want. It's not going to bring you the joy that you want. It's not going to make you feel better. But what will is if you're willing to stop and appreciate what they have, good for them. That's awesome if that feels good to them, right? But it doesn't need to be compared to your experience, because your experience is unique in and of itself. And when you can appreciate the moments inside of that, even when there's things that, listen, there were things on the trip. Listen, I have 3 kids, right? 2, 6, and 10, and a husband who himself, is still figuring out how to manage all the stress of life. So were there things that didn't go the way I wanted? 100%. Did I focus on those things? No, it would have ruined my vacation. I could have every single day found things to focus on that just did not go the way that I wanted. And can't you do that every day? Couldn't you wake up every day and find a million things throughout your day to focus on that you don't like, that you don't want, or seems like someone else has, and why do they have it? I should have it, right? That kind of chip on your shoulder sometimes. I could have done that. And it would have ruined my vacation. Not only would it have ruined my vacation, but it would have ruined my family's vacation, right? Because if mom's irritated and annoyed, who else is? Who's feeling that, right? Has that happened to you? Perhaps on vacation, but perhaps just in general in life, where you find that you're looking at others' experiences, or what seem to be others' experiences, and you're comparing yours to theirs and the lack thereof. And how does that make you feel? Is it really, really working for you? Because my guess is it's not. And if it's not, are you willing for this 2020 to give a chance to not compare your experience to others to determine what's good or bad, or what's right or wrong, or what you should or shouldn't be doing, but instead to determine what you want your experience to be, and to find little pieces of appreciation of what's happening in your life right now and focus on that? It's easier said than done. It really is, because we create all these patterns in our mind and in our world that we think are serving us, but really it's just dysfunctional behavior getting us what we want temporarily, but not really what we truly need. And I'm not going to go into details about that, because that's for another day and time. But I do want to ask you, are you wanting for 2020 to simply survive and get through, which is what we wind up doing when we're constantly comparing to other people? Or are you wanting to thrive? Are you wanting to experience a sense of thriving in your life? That's what I want for you. And so that's why I'm offering this Thursday. I believe I said at noon. I'll double check my calendar. I believe I said at noon Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to get on Zoom, and I'll put the link and all the information in here for you guys. I'm going to get on Zoom, and I'm going to offer myself first come, first served basis to connect with you and help you to set your intentions of thriving for 2020 in a way that makes sense for you, in a way that works for you. And after the 45 minutes, it's done. It's gone. Okay. So if you come halfway through and there's only a little bit more time left, if no one else is there, I'm happy to serve you. However, I have to do first come, first serve basis because my time is valuable and so is yours, right? So let's stick to that time frame of the 45 minutes. I'm going to put the Zoom link in here. So if you're like, I totally want to thrive in 2020, but I'm not sure how, will I be able to help you map out everything in 45 minutes, especially if everyone's on the call? No, but will I be able to offer you some guidance? Absolutely, and that's what I want for you, because now is a great time, but honestly, I'm not a big believer that you have to set the intentions in January. You can choose, you can decide to set the intentions for how you want to experience your life and shift your direction in life at any point in time, no matter what age, no matter what month, no matter what day. That power lies within you. So I'm offering you this opportunity, extending this invitation to you. If you want to take me up on that, I will be there. In the Zoom room, I will put the link in here and all the information that you need. So if you want over, you want to chat with me, I'll help guide you. All right, it's free. I'm not, not charging anything for it. I want to help you guys get kind of set up on a good spot for 2020 to begin. Let me know if you have any questions, any concerns, and let me know if any of this resonates with you or if it's confusing. If you have comments, I would love to hear from you. Again, I would also love to hear, if you haven't told me where you're from, I love to hear where people are from, because we have people from all over the world in here, and I love that. But also, like, what's your favorite food? So mine is sushi and chocolate. It used to be hot wings, but I think I've navigated a little bit away from that. I still love hot wings, but it's not my favorite. Sushi and chocolate, I would say. Definitely my favorite. So let me know what yours are. All right, y'all. So till next time, see you Thursday.